Welcome back to the second part of this series of questions that can be asked in your exams. As you know, we have divided this in two parts, one having theoretical questions and one dealing with practical questions. In previous video, you were given an assignment to solve some 7 questions on SQL queries. I hope that you are able to perform those 7 queries and you have submitted your responses. If not, you can submit them in comment section. Now, in the last video, we were discussing the practical question in which there are 2 tables given. This question can be of 6 or more marks in your exam. So you should be able to complete the question very carefully, and you must know how to write the queries and the output. So we will be discussing the method of writing the queries and output, and I hope you will pay attention, and at the end of this lesson you will be able to answer all the queries that will be asked in your exam. We will be having an unsolved question also that you will be solving as an assignment. So first, let us see the 2 tables that we are having. I have told you the first step is to note the name of the 2 tables. The second step to note the name of columns so that you can write the correct column names in your queries. Okay. Now we go to the questions. The questions are divided into 2 parts. The first one having the query part and the second one having the output part. So let's start with the first part, that is writing a query. You have to concentrate on this because it will be having good marks coverage in your exam. So let's start with the first one. So it will be an English statement and you have to convert it into MySQL statement, that is MySQL query or SQL query. So the English statement that you can see is to display the names of all senders from Mumbai. So I will tell you the approach how to solve this question. So you have to look at the whole statement and consider yourself as an SQL engine that will be generating the SQL code for this English command. So this is a statement written in English and you have to convert it into SQL. So you should consider yourself as SQL engine that is aware of all the SQL commands that we have discussed that are covered in your course. So you will be able to convert this English code into SQL code. How to do it? Let us start. So when you see it, to display. So this means you have to use select command. Okay, in the beginning what you can do is you can start with a pencil and underline the parts that you have covered. Okay, so if you underline this, to display means that is converted into select. So these 2 English words have been converted into select SQL command. Then you come to the names of all senders. So this includes 2 parts. The first part that it tells you that you have to select the sender table and the column that is being asked is the sender name. Okay. So to display becomes select. So select has the statement select follows with the name of columns. So you have the name of the column as sender name. So what you will write, these 2 words have been converted into select. The names mean sender name. The query has become select sender name and you know the table is senders, the name of the table sender. So the query becomes select sender name from sender. Now you have reached up to here. So if you remember the syntax of where select command, that is select column name from table name, and if something is remaining then you will apply where clause. Okay, so here these two words are still remaining. That means you have to apply where clause also. And if you check the value Mumbai in sender table, that means it is lying below sender city. It means that you have to check the where clause for sender city. Okay, so your query becomes, please pay attention, these two words are converted into select, this is converted into sender name, this is converted into from sender. Now where the name of the column is sender city, so the query becomes select sender name from sender where sender city is equal to Mumbai. Mumbai should be written in quotes and then semicolon. So it is the answer of your first query. Okay, so in the beginning you should try with having pencil and underlining the lines, the words that you have covered, and converting those words into SQL commands or SQL keywords. It will be easy for you, and after some time practicing with the pencil and converting into SQL commands, you will be able to convert the English statement into SQL command without any help. Your eyes will become your SQL engine that will convert those English words to the SQL keyword. So the answer I am discussing again, to display. The display word can be changed with to print, to view. Okay. So these words mean select. So whenever you have a word like to display, to view, to print, okay, so these words give the select command. Okay, so we start with this first one again. So this becomes select, then the column name is sender name from sender where sender city is equal to Mumbai. Now this second query. If you see the names here, so the names of both the columns are, both the tables are appearing here. That means you have to write a double table query. Okay, so what is the syntax of a double table query? I will tell you. As you have to display, that means you have to use select command. So select syntax you must be knowing, select followed by the column names, then from, then table name, and when you use the where clause, that is compulsory. If you are having the queries from two tables, then the where clause is compulsory, and the condition that must be there is, I think you remember, the condition will be first table name dot common column is equal to second table name dot common column. This condition is must in the where clause, and if you have more condition, you can add it using and or keyword, the logical operators. Okay, so here you are given with the names, column names, so you will write this select, it becomes select. To display means select. Now the names are given, so you should write the name select REC ID, comma sender name, comma sender address, comma REC name, comma REC address. Okay, then you write from. So both the tables are there. You will write from the table sender, comma recipient, where sender dot sender ID is equal to recipient dot sender ID. So this is equijoin in which you have matched the sender ID. So the sender ID that are matching, those records only will be taken. For which the sender ID is matching, those records will be considered for the answer. So your query becomes select REC ID, comma sender name, comma sender address, comma REC name, comma REC address, from sender comma recipient, where sender dot sender id is equal to recipient dot sender id, semicolon. So this becomes the answer of the second query. The third query, I am using the concept of that pencil, underlining with pencil. Okay, to display that becomes select the sender details. Now, when you have the word called details, it means all the columns. So for all the columns, we have a special character that is called wildcard characters that we use. Do you remember the name? It is star, that is called asterisk sign. So the star sign, that is asterisk sign, represents all the column. So you will use select star. Where you will use star? When you have to print all the columns. And how you will come to know that you have to print all the columns? There were the words that will make you understand will be to print the details. Okay, so the detail means everything. So if you are not given with the names of some particular columns, then you will use star. So it becomes, please pay attention on this third query. We are on this third query. Select, this becomes select. The sender details means all the details of the sender table. So it becomes select star from sender. Now we are remaining with these lines in ascending order of sender name. Now you know that if you have to print the table contents in a particular order, ascending or descending, the word that is used, the command that is used is order by. Okay, here you do not have any condition, you have just the sorting. So the command becomes select star from sender order by, and after that the name of the column, that is sender name, on which you have to order it, that is sender name, and you have to put it in ascending order. Then you should write the keyword ASC and followed by semicolon. Okay, so the mentioning ASC is optional, as if you do not use ASC, it will again be given in ascending order only. So you can use or not, ASC keyword can be used or not. But if you have to print it in descending order, then DESC word is compulsory. Okay. Now, the fourth one, very important. Why I am saying it important? Because of this word, this. And if you remember, if you have gone through all those videos, this word will give you the answer why I am emphasizing on this. Do you know what clause this each word represents? I think you know, that is group by. This means this command is including group by, and as soon as the group by word comes in your mind, you must be knowing the conditions, that the only column on which the grouping is made can be there without any aggregate function, and all the remaining functions on all the remaining columns will be with aggregate functions only. So what are the aggregate functions? Sum, average, max, min and count. So what you have to do here, you have to print the number of recipients from each city. That means you have to count. Okay, so you can use count star. Okay, let's start with the pencil method. To display becomes select, then it is group by query. So you should mention the name of this grouping column first in the select query. So you are from the recipient table, let us go to recipient table, and the name of the city column is REC city, recipient city. So you will be writing select REC city, the first name on which the grouping is to be made, select REC city, comma, count star from recipients group by REC city. Okay, so it's a special case for group by, and the word that denotes the presence of group by is each, or this query can be rewritten as displaying the number of recipients city wise. then that wise word will also represent the presence of group by clause. So using this each word you can identify the presence of group by clause. So group by clause will lead you to the rules of group by. That means this REC city. I am again telling you that here you have the word as city, but you do not have any city column here. The column representing the city is REC city. Okay, so you should be using the REC city word only, not this city. This city word is just given to confuse you. Okay, that's why I told you to use the names of columns given in the table only. So the query becomes select REC city, comma, count bracket star from recipients group by REC city semicolon. Okay, so these are the 4 parts where you have to write SQL queries. Okay, so I have told you the method. You might adopt another method, but it is from my experience of teaching, 10 years of experience of my teaching, I have devised this and I have told it to my students and they have found it very useful in the beginning, but after practicing a lot they become very expert on this SQL queries. So after that sometime you also will not require that pencil. Your eyes will become your pencils and they will will check those words and they will convert, and your mind will convert them into SQL commands. Okay, so I think you are okay with these 4 commands where you have to convert that English line to the SQL command. Okay, so in this section there will be mostly the DQL queries only, because the DML and DDL queries will be in a separate section that we have already discussed in the previous video. Here the main focus will be on the select command and its variants. And where the variant lies? The variants lie in the where clause. I am again iterating that where clause is the most important clause, because select has a simple structure: select column names or select star any one of it, then from the table names separated by comma, then it is the basic syntax: select this from this semicolon. It is a basic 2-line structure, but the main thing is in where clause, and we have discussed the where clause in really detail. If you are not remembering the details, please visit the practical sessions and the theoretical sessions on that where clause, where we have discussed all the possible combinations that can be used with where. That covers the first one, that is range, between and, list, in and not in, then pattern matching, like, not like. Okay, so all of these have been discussed in detail, and the use of relational operator and logical operators is also discussed. So you first go through that video. Okay, then you will be aware about the use of where clause. Okay, now we come to the second part, in which you have been given with the queries and you have to give the output. And how you will do it? If your mind works as a SQL engine, then only you will be able to do it. And how you will make your mind as an SQL engine? By knowing all the rules and regulations of SQL and practicing and going through all my videos that we have discussed. Then your mind will work as a SQL engine. Okay, so I will tell you the method how to solve these questions. So in this part you have the SQL queries and you have to write the answer. So the method for these is, you first notice the column names after that select clause. You can see distinct sender city. So this will become the heading of your output. Okay, this will become the heading of your output. Similarly, if you see the second one, these are the column names, and the names will appear as the output headings. This A dot sender name, B dot rec name. If you remember, these A and B are the alias name to the table. We have discussed how to change the name of the tables and the columns. We can change the name of columns using as command, and we can change the name of table, and we can give an alias name to the columns or tables. And if you want to give an alias name to a long name of a table, then you can do it in from clause. Okay, from sender A means the sender is now working as A, recipient will be named as B. So this will be the heading of your output. Here select rec name comma rec address. So the name, rec name and rec address, this will be the column headings, and below those column headings you will write the output. Okay, so the first thing should be clear to you. The first thing you should notice should be the name following the select command. That will become the headings of the table that you will make. You will give the output in a table like structure. The heading will be distinct sender city, and below it there will be the answer. Okay, here the best approach is to check this query from backside. In this first section we were checking the queries from the starting left to right, but in this one it is preferred to check the query from right to left. Why so? Because in the rightmost part you will be having the where clause that will minimize the number of rows to check. Okay, here we do not have any where clause, so it is very simple query. So what you have to do is you have to check from, if you are checking it from this side, you have to check that you are using sender table. It is okay. Then you have to get the sender city only, and you have to select the distinct cities only. So you can see the sender table. Okay, that's why we are moving from right to left. So we see the sender table, and in the sender table we see the sender city, and the sender cities we select the distinct, means we should not repeat. So the distinct cities are New Delhi and Mumbai. New Delhi is repeated 2 times, similarly the Mumbai is also repeated 2 times, but we will mention them only once. That's why. Why so? Because we have used this distinct keyword. If this distinct keyword was not there, then the answer would have been all the city names like this. Again, New Delhi would have been repeated 2 times, similarly Mumbai would have been repeated 2 times, but we have used distinct. That's why the answer will only have the name of New Delhi and Mumbai once. Okay, now let's go to the next query. Now you will see the use of this method of going from right to left. If you see, it is a double table query, and this double table query must have this table name dot common column is equal to second table name dot common column. That is okay. It implies that you have to check for the common rows. The rows that are having common sender ID will only be considered, and you have used the logical operator AND. Now see, B dot rec city should be Mumbai. This is the condition. So B is, this recipient table is B. So first what you will do is, if you move from right to left, then you first tick those rows that are having city as Mumbai. So REC city having Mumbai. These are the 2 records. So if you prefer the left to right method, you have to check all those records, but by choosing that right to left method, you are left only with these 2 records. So you just tick it with pencil that only these records will be considered, and you check its sender ID, ND01, is it matching? Yes, it is matching here. MU15, is it matching? Yes, it's matching. So these two records from here and these two records from here will only be considered, and all the remaining will not be considered. So from these we will move again. We have started from here. We have ticked the Mumbai part. Then we have checked the rows that are having common sender IDs. So after this we have found only two records as matching. So this is from clause, that is not important for us. Now we come to this. What we want from those two records? We only want sender name and recipient name. Okay. We have these two and these two. So we just want sender name. So these two names will appear in sender name and these two will appear in recipient name. So you will be having a 2-column table. First heading will be sender name, another heading will be recipient name, and below it you will be having two values, S Sinha, S Haj, and in the recipient name you will be having H Singh and PK Swami. So this will be the answer. So you can see the effectiveness of that right to left approach. So whenever you have a where clause, you must prefer this method. If you are not having where clause, then it is very easy. Then it means that it is an easy query. Okay. So you have started from right to left. So you come to the Mumbai part and you tick those queries records where the city is Mumbai, and then you tick the records from other table that is matching, and then you should leave this from clause, that is not required. Then you should just concentrate on this sender name and recipient name from those records. It's a very simple approach and very effective one. Now next query, you start from right to left. Not in Mumbai, Kolkata, REC city. Here you are having only one table, that is recipient. That is very easy. So you will check that REC city in recipient table, and it should not be in Mumbai and Kolkata. Okay, let us go to recipient table. Okay, then we go to REC city, and it should not be Mumbai, Kolkata. So what are the remaining values? New Delhi. So we will tick this and this. So these are the two rows that we will use in our output, because others are Kolkata and Mumbai. You must see that we have used not in. Okay, so this not word is very important. If you miss it, you will get a wrong answer. So not in Mumbai, Kolkata, that means only in New Delhi. So these two records will be used, and which columns from these two records you can find here. So REC name, REC address. So first thing is, whenever you see this type of query, just make a table in which the column heading should be these. Okay, and then start from this here, right to left. So first create a table having these column names, then start from right to left approach, and then write the values. And what you have to write? REC name, REC address. So New Delhi, these two records were ticked, and REC name and REC address. So the first value will be S Mahajan 116 A Vihar. Next value will be PK Swami B5 CS Erminus. Okay, so this will be the this one. New Delhi. Okay, S Tripathi 13 B1 D Mayur Vihar. So these will be the records that will be appearing in the output. Okay, so it is very simple. So first thing, again I am telling you, you have to check select the name of the columns. Just make a table of these having these names as headings, and then start from right to left approach, and then write the values. Next we have select REC ID, REC name. Just make a 2-column table, REC ID, REC name, then start from here. Recipient table where sender ID is equal to this or this. So you have two options. You have used OR logical operator, that means you have to check this or this. So MU02 ND50. MU02 and ND50. So these will be the two records that you will be checking. Okay. Now what you have to check? REC ID and REC name. So this will be the answer, ND08 S Mahajan and ND50. Then that will be ND48 and with S Tripathi. So this will be the answer. Okay. So that's how you perform, you go through these queries. I am again iterating that this section will be divided into two parts. First part having SQL queries that you have to write from those English statements. The method you should adopt is to first check the column names and the table names and use those column names only. Okay. And you should follow the left to right approach. In the beginning you should practice with a pencil and making the words that are appearing underlined and then converting those words to the SQL commands. And in the second part where you are given with those SQL commands and you have to print the output and you have to write the output in your notebook. So what you will do is you will first see the name of the columns. You will make a table having those names as column headings. Then you will start with right to left approach and you will minimize the number of rows for your output. Suppose this is a small table having 5 or 6 records. If you are having a table of 500 records, then what is the benefit of that right to left approach? It will minimize your records that will be appearing, because the where clause, what it does is it minimizes the number of records. If you are having 50 records in your table, the where clause will minimize your answer to maybe to 5 records. So you have jumped from 50 to 5 only. Okay, then you can move forward and you can get the columns that you want. So this is the best approach. Okay, so try to solve the questions and write the answers on your notebook. First see these tables, and after that you should perform the questions, the answers of these questions. And for your help I have given you the answers here in the next, this one. These are the answers. Okay, so what you should do is you should first go this slide to this slide and noting down the columns, tables and columns. You should not note down the values. You just see how to go through these questions, and then you should perform the questions one by one. And when you have written all the answers, you should just be using only these two slides, this one for the tables and this one for the questions. Then you should write the answers in your notebook, and then after you have performed all the questions, all the 8 questions, then you should check your answers from this slide where we have given the solution to you. Okay, now after checking your solution, now we are moving forward to a practice question. So this question has arrived in the board examination of CBSE. So I have taken it from there for your practice. The approach I have told you, there will be 2 sections. One section having English statements that had to be converted into SQL statements. The approach, you know how to approach those questions. And the second one are the questions where you have the SQL query and you have to write the output. You know the approach for them also. So using those approach or the approach you best know, you can take any other approach also that suits you, but it's my suggestion. If you are a beginner, then you should try this approach, and if you find some other approach in somewhere else, you can change it. Okay, so these are the 2 tables, flights and fares. I am again telling you that as you are having joins in your curriculum, you may be having the 2 table queries also. That's why I have given you the queries having 2 tables. The single table queries are very simple. They are just focused on order by, group by, and aggregate functions. But the two table queries, if there are two tables, then there will be one query, at least one query in your questions that will be dealing with the columns from both the tables. Okay, you must remember that if you are having only one table, then it is very simple. But if you are having a question of from two tables, then it is 100% sure that there is one query from that will be covering that foreign key concept. Okay, so for your practice, I have taken that question that is having those the two tables, flights and fares, and these are the questions from the two tables. Again, they are divided into two parts. 6 questions are from that English to SQL conversion, and only 2 I have taken as that output questions. Okay, so you should try these questions as assignment, and the approach that you have followed in the previous assignment should be followed. You should write it either on an editor or word editor, and then save that word file and upload that word file to your Google Drive account, and then share that link in the comment section so that I can check your answers. Or you can write those answers in your notebook, have a click of it, and then share it to me, and then I will check your answers. Okay, so in these two videos, students, we have discussed the possible questions, the theoretical part and the practical part also. So in the practical part, you could have questions on DDL and DML queries, and one section will have queries on DQL that you will be using select command. Okay, and as you are having group by clause in your if you are having joins in your course, so you will be having the queries from two tables also. There can be one or more than one query. So this brings us to the end of this unit 3rd. I am telling you again that the unit contains 20 marks. So it is very important unit, and 20 marks are very important. So if you go through all these videos, take your time, go through slowly in the beginning, repeat the videos that you are not able to understand again and again. If you have some query, ask them in the comment section. I will try to solve your queries. And if you have covered all these video lessons, then you will be able to solve these questions that I have given you, and the 2 assignments that I have given to you. You do those questions and share your answers with me. I will check it and will tell you if there are some errors. Try to use the approach that I have told you, and by the end of this video you will be able to get 20 out of 20 in this unit 3rd. Okay, so this brings us to the end of this unit 3rd. If you are having any doubts, you can tell me. I will have a separate video on the queries shared by you, and I will try to explain them with examples so you can understand it. And if you do not have any queries, then we will move forward to the Python programming part, and there we will start with the functions. And after that, functions, covering the functions part, we will have a special video lesson that will be a bonanza. Okay, so I will not be telling you the details of it. The details will be shared in the upcoming videos, what that special video will be covering. Okay, so I hope that you will follow my words and you will go through all those video lessons carefully and will note down all the points that you require, and you will try the 2 assignments, and I hope that all of you understand the concepts of database and connectivity very well, and you are able to do all the questions. You can search for the questions online also. There are many websites like CBSE Guest that have many questions on SQL. You can try those questions on your own. If you have some query, you can come to me. You can share your queries with me in the comment section. I will get back to you with the answers. And the Mool mantra is practice, practice, practice. The only thing that will get you 20 marks in this unit will be practice. Okay, the more you practice, the more you get. Okay, so with these words we come to the end, and I hope that I am able to make you understand all the concepts, and the efforts that have been put by me will be fruitful. Okay, thank you very much.